Sisters asking, do I recommend alkaline food that is cooked?
Got my tea, let's
There
go.
has always been that myth
Okay.
that when you cook a substance, it has lost all its enzymes, all its strength.
That's what they say.
Well, why is it that I cook the roots of these herbs and people are cured of leukemia?
What?
And they're cured of AIDS. And to cure leukemia and AIDS, it has to be very powerful, right?
When the elder speaks, you listen. Peace, you're now rocking with B from BTHYSELF. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel, and if you're new, thank you for tuning in. Sipping on some soursop tea right now. It's super fire. You add the key lime to it, and doesn't need any agave, but you can add a hint to it. It's so good. As many of you may know, as of January 9th, I completed a 21-day liquids fast, and I was on herbal teas, spring water, tamarind juice, and smoothies. I fast every season. My intention with this fast was to transition over to raw foods. I'm not gonna do raw foods only and make that a lifestyle. However, I am going to commit to it for a set amount of time. Within this video, I want to share with you and dive deeper into why I'm transitioning into raw foods, why I refuse to make it a lifestyle, and I also want to talk about Dr. Sebi and his statements. It could seem like there's a contradiction with his wording. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So let's first talk about why, for me, one of the benefits said to be had while living a raw lifestyle is a greater amount of nutrients while eating food in its natural state. So there's a range of minerals and healthy fats to be had, and cooking, they say, destroys some of the nutrients. I think another benefit is excluding processed foods, your sugars, your flours. Even though those are on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, it's just a high level of processing through the manufacturing. It does slow us down in a sense. So raw will kind of force me to exclude those things and really tap into my level of creativity. They say another benefit is weight loss. And now for me, I'm cool with the weight that I am. I'm not really focused on whether I gain or lose weight. I'm just focused on my health. So the weight loss occurs because they say raw foods are usually lower in calories, and whole plant-based foods are high in fiber, which makes you feel full much longer. That's what really excites me about the raw lifestyle, is the fiber content, because I'm not into feeling full when I eat. I want to feel satisfied. Some other benefits: more energy, clear skin, and better digestion. So how I plan to do it: focusing on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, I'll be eating raw fruits and raw vegetables, dried fruits and vegetables, freshly made fruit and vegetable juices, raw nuts and seeds, and perhaps some sprouted grains for the wild rice, the quinoa, fonio. I'd be curious to see how that works, but I'm gonna approach those with caution and research a little more in regards to the soaking and sprouting process. I'll be doing nut milks and coconut milk, not the flakes, but when I come across a raw coconut, I'll do it that way. Cold pressed and unrefined oils such as avocado oil, sesame oil, coconut oil, more so to use for my salads or raw soups. And the seaweeds, which will be nori, kelp, wakame, dulse. I also plan to use the gold sea moss that I got from, the Caribbean islands, St. Lucia, Jamaica, but that will be more so for my skin and occasionally my smoothies here and there. Foods I'll be avoiding will be cooked and processed foods, so no agave, no date syrup, non-alkaline foods of course. Sea salt. A lot of people consider sea salt to still be raw, but I rather use the seaweeds in replace for sea salt just to see how I feel. And pasta. My only concern with the lifestyle is I do believe that cooking your food in some cases does release some nutrients that you don't get from raw foods. With that being said, I can't say how long I will attempt the raw lifestyle, but I am going to tackle the challenge head on to do 100%, at least until I feel comfortable that I have a better understanding based on how my body feels. But I see myself moving more so towards a 80% raw, 20% cooked. I want that 20% cooked to be in a respectful manner. I want to start cooking my food in clay pots, only cast irons if anything, and a better way of cooking, like steam cooking food. Now I want to talk about what Dr. Sebi said and how it can be looked at as a contradiction. Dr. Sebi said anything that is natural may change state, but it never dies. Anything that God makes never loses strength. He sums it up by saying when it's natural, it doesn't matter whether you cook it or not. It's electrical. I know where Sebi was going and I know where his heart was in that moment, but let's be honest, he could have better explained that, because on the other hand, he's stating not to cook with coconut oil because it could become toxic for you. The same case for olive oil. So that's telling me that for coconut oil and olive oil, when you cook it, it not only changed its state, but it also is no longer electrical. It's toxic. Now, in regards to the herbs, I do believe that only when it's cooked you can get a certain nutrient out of it or pull out certain minerals from it. But I also believe that it depends on the way that it's been preserved. Hold up. Check this. These are soursop leaves. I could sell these, right? However, I can't go put these in the oven, turn the oven up to 500, try to repackage it and sell it to you. Your common sense is going to tell you, why would I buy this? It's not going to do much for me. Matter of fact, because it's been burnt to a crisp, it may be toxic for me. And I think ever since Dr. Sebi said whether you cook it or not, it's electrical, people have been bringing toxic ways into the lifestyle. That's why on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, it advises not to fry your foods. You don't want to douse your food into oil, but because he said that statement, people feel it's okay to smother their food in oil. Now we're bringing our old toxic ways into a lifestyle that was meant to be healthy, but it's not. You have to pay attention when Dr. Sebi speaks. When he speaks, he's not speaking in regards to food. In most cases, he's always speaking in regards to herbs. I keep telling people I don't think Dr. Sebi cares much about the food. Though he has studied it, he's more focused on the herbs. He healed people through herbal compounds. He didn't heal people by serving them zucchini or butternut squash. But that's just my take on it. Who am I? I'm just a person who was really admired by the passion and fire in Dr. Sebi when he spoke his words of wisdom. Do me a favor, let me know in the comments what you think about raw versus cooked food. Does one have more benefit over the other? What are your thoughts on what Dr. Sebi has said about raw versus cooked? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like. It does help out with the algorithm. But if you didn't, feel free to hit that unlike. It is what it is. Check out a few other videos recommended by YouTube. Until next time, 2098 Badaye.